Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Late Night Tips. Tonight, we're going to look at how to prepare your Octatrack for a live set. The Octatrack is a very flexible and a very musical machine to be used in a live situation. But as is the case with every electronic instrument, you have to prepare it, and you have to put the work in first to make it responsive and musical as you would like it to be. So in this first part, we're going to focus on tempo management inside the live set and program changes, so how to control your external synthesizers. And in the second part of this video, we're going to look at managing live effects, performance effects, and mixing and getting the sound ready for a concert. So let's get started. First of all, we're going to look at the tempo. As you might know, managing a tempo on the Octatrack is a little bit challenging because the tempo is only saved within a project here. But a project can hold up to 16 songs, and you won't be changing projects when playing live because you have to stop the audio. It takes a bit of time, so the most reasonable way is to have all the songs in the set loaded into one project, and the project is capable enough of holding enough samples, in my experience at least, to sort of fuel a full concert. So, but it's only saved in projects, so banks do not save tempo data. And if you have different songs, tempos, it could be problematic. Changing this manually is not a lot of fun, and definitely useless in my case, in a live situation. So what I do is I use the arranger, but not to the full extent, because I still prefer to use patterns to perform because it's more flexible. So I use the arranger halfway, only to trigger my tempo changes, because the arranger can do that. So in this particular example, we have 5 songs. Song 3 is not ready at all, so we're just going to look at 4 songs. And they have different tempos. The first 2 songs are at 90 BPM, the 4th song is at 140, and the 5th is at 110. So I'm going to go ahead and switch on the arranger, function, and pattern, and then go ahead to edit, so function and bank, and click edit in here. As you can see, I need to click function arrow down to insert rows, and I want 4 songs for now in this live set, so I'm going to click it 4 times, and now I can select changes that I want to make. So first one is going to be bank A and pattern 1, so as is. Number 2 is going to be bank B, pattern 1, then bank D and pattern 1, yes, and bank E and pattern 1. So it's beautiful, it works as it should. And now I go to here to B, which is BPM, press enter, and now I can insert my BPM. So this one's 90, this one's also 90, so theoretically I don't have to input this tempo in here, but if I wanted to change the order a little bit or come back to this song, it's not going to remember, so that's why I'm going to put it in. Song number 4, it was 140 here, beautiful, and next one 110. So now it's ready to go, and what we can do is just select this first one, and it's going to play. What I need to remember to do is switch it off, because if I don't, it's going to go to the next pattern. See? Yeah, so that's I don't want that. So I want this to trigger, and then I turn it off, and then I just go around the patterns as I normally would. And if I want to move to the next song, I'm going to select in here, and it's gonna work. I have to turn it off, and that's it. It requires a bit of focus, not to forget to switch it off, and you can mess up really badly if you do, but if you're focused on that element of your performance, there should be no issue. And now let's see the tempo change to 140. So one thing to keep in mind, if you turn on the arranger at the end of a bar, it's going to switch automatically. So again, you have to be focused to do that. If you have other instruments in which you need to change presets or sets, like the iPad in here, I recommend having the first pattern completely empty. And this way you can set up the tempo and have the time to change things around. So that's the first thing. That's how I manage the tempo in a live situation. I tried that many times live and it's been working for me really well. If you're focused, it's good for you. The second thing is the second useful thing for a live situation is actually controlling your external gear and changing presets. You might not always know how to or remember when to do that in the heat of a moment. So it's good to have some assistance from the Octatrack. So we're going to use the example of this song. In this song, I want to have two different presets on the Moog Slim Phatty. So here's the first one. And in the next set, this doesn't work, so I have a different preset, a more dubstep-like. So what I do, if I want this to change automatically, I go to pattern 1, I go to MIDI, go to my channel, double click in here, and select the program change. You need to check with the manual of your device to see what program changes it responds to. The Moog responds between 1 and 99, which is all the presets that it has. So if I want to have presets 37 in here, I'm going to click OK. Remember to press to accept. And for this pattern, I want 38. Preset 38. Again, click. And yeah. And one thing to keep in mind, that as all the features selected within this area, those program changes are specific to parts. So for each bank, you can have up to 4 program changes on your hardware. So that's why this is all part 1 and this is part 2, and I have a different program change setting, and now it just works beautifully. Well, it doesn't, because I clicked 39, not 38. Oh, that's better. Yeah, so... Alright, so that's it. Those are the first 2 tips regarding live performance. In the next episode, we're going to look at how to program your performance effects and how to mix your live session so that it sounds good when you play live. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any additional questions about the Octatrack, drop them in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to this channel for more tutorials and jams. Thanks for watching. Bye.